because I am new to this and sometimes my shit don't always work. So there we go. But oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yes. Finally, Meghan Markle, it's confirmed, and Prince Harry lied about Photogate. So you'll remember, this is insane balls, last year during Remembrance Day, which is their big thing in England, where it's very somber, the somberest day of the year, where the king and all the actual royals go out and they pay their respects to the people who fought in wars. And, you know, it's lovely. It's a lovely celebration. So that happens on a Sunday. The Saturday before, Harry had flown to Canada, part of the Commonwealth, and tried to pay his respects. However, the problem is he then took a private jet back to LA that evening and went to a baby-to-baby gala, B2B gala, hosted by Serena Williams. And then from there went straight to kind of a Marie Antoinette, eat the rich, let them eat cake party held at Lauren and Jeff Bezos' house for Kris Kardashian's birthday, right? And they show up, there's all these paparazzi. Harry's like, stop. Meghan's like, hi. They go in, they have a great time. There are those amazing photos that the Kardashians later posted of Harry just gazoomgaing right on Kris Kardashian's boobs, like, hello, like he was just dying, like a thirsty man. Meghan, of course, is like, hi. So these all get posted the next day on Remembrance Day. And all of a sudden, they're taken down. All these excuses are floating. Their PR person at the time, Meredith Maines, was like, listen, everyone was sent a sheet, a signature you have to sign, to say that you photo rights, all this other stuff. I'm having a brain fart. You guys will have to excuse me. I'm so excited. I can't believe this actually happened. I'll tell you why in a minute. And so they said, they didn't sign the photo release. Of course, the Kardashians were like, yeah, there was no photo release. Yeah, we get it. Everyone thinks that we are PR horrors, that everything's on camera. This is not being filmed for the show. We were just having a good time. It was fun as hell. And whoa, what the hell you doing? So let me get this up because this is my favorite part of this. They're coming out now, the Kardashians, on Khloé's podcast, and just basically saying, yeah, this now happened, we're done. Let's tell you the real story. And they were quite sweet about it. It's Khloé and Kim Kardashian talking about it on Khloé's podcast. And they kind of like mocked the drama around the consent forms, which I thought was hilarious as well, because it was kind of a tempest in a teapot. And yeah, Meghan and Harry would have gotten some shit for it, but it wouldn't have been like, oh God, you guys are lying again. Here are all these other things that recollections may vary, right? So at this point, they're once again kind of proving that their word or their scramble is unreliable. So here's what they said. This is insane. Kim says, it was really innocent, which is so crazy. Mom and Meghan have been friends for some years now, and they have a really sweet relationship. Okay, sure, like to see that now. We took a photo, Kim said, and then I think we were all going through them. We're all communicating about what we're going to post, or never one's to post without permission. We are like, it's not who we are. Record scratch, because right there, she's taking a dig, I think, at the Sussexes being like, yeah, we don't do this without permission. We ask. And then you made us look like turd birds, and that we didn't ask and put it up. It was just, it's ridiculous. So anyway, Khloé interjects and goes, yeah, that's right. We're very respectful. Go back to Kim. She says, we have the craziest, funnest photos from that night, but we were posting it like fun photos, to which Khloé added, dignified photos. BT dubs, record scratch. I want to see the undignified photos. Because if those are dignified, you know, the ones of Harry just staring at Kris Kardashian's boobas, I want to see what happened in the bathrooms. So anyhow, Khloé says, we're very successful, da da da. Kim says, and so we were totally, you know, we were told that it was totally cool to post. And then after it was posted, I think they realized it was Remembrance Day. And they didn't want to be seen at a party, even though it's already up, you know, and then taken down. And then I think they realized, like, oh, this was so silly. Yeah. And then Khloé then mentions that Harry and Meghan did baby right before. And that it was a gala, so that, you know, well, they're doing good. It's fine. It's a lot, because here's the deal. We now know, right after Harry and Meghan had their poor publicist, Meredith, at the time, put out this release that made them and Meredith look like a liar, they had to backtrack, because the Kardashians put out and said, yeah, no, there were no releases. So Meredith basically quit after that, because she was like, okay, now you've made me look like a liar. I can't be doing that. Because, again, we all know working with the Sussex is not a long-term gig. This is not a lifer job. This is not somewhere where you're going to learn and grow. It is somewhere where you're probably going to a kitchen and try to stab your eyeballs out at some point while people hold back your arm. So anywho, Meredith knew at this point, guess what? Oh my God, I have to GTFO, because if I don't GTFO, this is going to tarnish my career and my entire reputation. So she let them know right after that, hey, I'm out. They said, please don't say it right away, which is why she then left at the end of last year. Yeah, it was during the whole shitstorm. Remember, ooh, they lost the 11th publicist in 5 years. Again, big deal. But the whole other thing is, we know it's bullshit because, and I say this because Jay-Z and Beyonce were there. Jay-Z and Beyonce drove up the side door at the Kardashian party at the Bezos house, did not get photographed by paparazzi, and then went inside and clearly told the Kardashians, hey man, I don't want any part of this. Please don't post this. We're just here to have a good time. And the Kardashians respected them. There is no photo of Jay-Z at that party, and I'm pretty sure there's not one of Beyonce. There might be, but I know there's not one of Jay-Z, who, by the way, is trying to lay low because he's still ducking all the Diddy crap and some other allegations and whatnot, all right? So Jay-Z is very smart. He's like, no, not here, bye. However, was here, had a great time. It's nuts. You know, in the beginning, we all said, hey, Harry, Meghan, if you didn't want to be photographed, y'all could have gone up the side. Instead, Meghan was like, no, we're doing this. Grabs Harry out of the car. You can see in the photos, Harry's just like, you know, because he hates the paparazzi lights. It gives him PTSD. There's his wife who knows all this crap and is smiling ear to ear. Let's go in. We're here. And of course, inside, Harry again at the boobs, Meghan's like, hi, I'm being photographed with powerful people. Look, aren't I powerful by association? No. Of course, the next day, they got the shit slammed out of them. So they were like, oh my God, take it all down, freaking out. The photos are still out there, by the way. It's like almost fair use at this point. You can say these photos were then taken down, and you can show the dang photos. And it really hurt them in England, where they are now trying to get back, because guess what? They don't really have much of a career. As I put on my Substack, if y'all aren't following my Substack, you totally should. As I put on my Substack, their new Cookie Queens, the movie that they're executive producing, is still trying to be sold at Sundance, which means their first look deal at Netflix was passed over, which means Netflix did not bite. Now, meanwhile, I'm also wondering if Harry and Meghan even saw Cookie Queens before they went to the premiere and acted like they were giving an Oscar acceptance speech, because in the movie, it's really sweet and light, but in the layers is the exploitation of these girls and how they are made into a commodity, and how they are kind of victimized, and also how they weaponize their cuteness and poverty stories. really hot, really great. Say, so it's all these things that they say, the Sussexes say about their kids. We want to protect them, all that stuff. Well, here they're doing it to other people's kids. I confuse it, if you know what I mean. I don't get it. Anywho, so it's just, I don't know. I think they realized party on the dance floor was a bad thing, whatever. But now they're going back to England. Harry has already let it slip. This is what I'm waiting for, because Harry's put it out there, his team, that he's been told he already has permission from the Parliament to basically get back his royal security, so that the broke people of England, who, by the way, not doing well right now, and they pay even more taxes than we do, and their economy is in the toilet, and they're going to have to shell out for Harry and Meghan's security. It's bonkers. However, Harry then is let it loose that it's already been a sure thing, and I think he really, opened the gate too soon, because ain't nothing over till the fat lady sings, like in the opera. You know what I mean? And it's still got to be approved by Ravek. And I also think the Labour government is under such pressure right now that if they let loose the taxpayers' money on something else, they might be, I don't know, in a little bit of trouble. Actually, they're already in a little bit of trouble. That it might just go up to the boiling point. They're in the parboil right now. It's going to go up to boil. Trust. And then, of course, Harry braved the masses himself by going to court with his case against Associated Newspapers this week, and 6 people showed up for him. 6. One person screamed, "I love you, Harry." That was his stalker. And Harry's stalker, BT Dubs, and I use that term very lightly, is a member of the Sussex Squad, according to this woman. We all know who she is. We all know what she looks like. And I'm just like, oh, okay, that's one. Okay, got it. I mean, don't we all have one, even if it's just your mom? So he's got that, but he really needs it, because he and Meghan need, especially to get back into Hollywood and sell anything, they need some royal sheen on them. They need to go be seen with King Charles. They need to have their kids who have not been back to England in years have some royalness on them. Remember when Harry and Meghan said, we don't want our kids to have titles? Well, then they fought for Archie and Lily to be a prince and a princess. None of this shit makes sense, all right? Or at least they say something and then do the absolute next thing and other thing. And it happens all the time. This is a pattern. So yeah, they need to go back. They need to get some royal sheen on themselves. They also need to get some royal sheen on their kids so that they can make some money, because jams aren't going to cut it right now. Hold on, let me get some comment. Oh, Meghan wasn't a Girl Scout. She was a brownie. Brownies don't sell cookies. That's true. But she says she was. Not a friendly super fan. Not a stalker. That's what I was saying, but you never know. They can switch over kind of quickly. Either way, I'll get to these comments after. I will answer you all, I swear, because here's the deal. He needs to come back. He's not coming back right now until he gets security, and he's not coming back with Meghan or the kids, even though he and Meghan will go to, I don't know, Nigeria. They will go to Colombia. They are also having some other semi-royal tours this year. I can't wait to see where. I mean, maybe in Chad or the Congo. But yeah, England's too dangerous. I mean, it's not like they're Jewish, right? Anyhow, the point is, he's desperate for Charles to open the Invictus Games in next year in 2027 in Birmingham. Charles is said to be kind of wavering, but the other issue is, I think a lot of people in Invictus are pretty pissed off. Right now, you got a lot of wounded warriors who are like, hey, aren't these games supposed to be about us? And instead, you made it about you. And everything is about you and your wife now, which, by the way, is also the problem the Kardashians and the Bezoses have, and Hollywood have. Every time Harry and Meghan now go to an event or do something charitable, it becomes all about them. They kind of suck the air out of the room, and it takes away from the actual event, the actual birthday, the actual charity, the actual fill in the blank. And it's really quite difficult for people who are trying to get their point across and are now kind of tarred with a Sussex brush and a Sussex scandal, because even though they think they know best, they clearly don't. Over and over and over. All right, well, thanks, guys. Here's the deal. Tom Sykes at The Royalist, also did a video. It'll be up this evening, so you can catch us together there. It was, yeah, I think I choked on laughter at one point, so it's a good one. And thank you for putting up with me. I mean, dude, I'm learning. Thank you for teaching me, helping me. Because, man, these are my thoughts. And also, you know, the thing is, in this day and age, everything moves so fast, and people actually forget what happened, I don't know, a month ago. So there you go. And apparently, Harry and Meghan's new publicists, which are really their old publicists, are now saying, no, we're not going to comment on this, which is good. All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I also don't know how to turn